Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video for Conan Exiles. Today, once again, I am on the test live servers, and that is because there are quite a few changes due to come. Now, in this video, as the title suggests, I will be looking at the changes to crafting thralls and the crafting stations. This is quite a big change that is going to come to the game at some point, and as I said, this is on the test servers. As you can see right there, I've got quite a few things to show you. This is going to be a fairly longish video. I'm going to try and go through these and showcase them. I do know some bits and pieces here and there, and I haven't really tested anything. So we're going to start off with the furnaces. So this is the tier 1 and tier 2, and then we have two tier 3 furnaces. One will of course give us crafting speed, and the other one will be for the burn time. So of course that means that you will use less fuel. So as you can see, these things look pretty cool. They are huge, a lot bigger than the other crafting stations, the other furnaces. Now we have here the fireball cauldron, and of course with the fireball cauldron you have two tier 3 of these things, and one of them will do the cost reduction, and other one will be a crafting speed. So it will craft faster at the cost of more resources. Now, of course, the tier 2 fireball cauldron will have a minor cost reduction. And here we have the alchemy bench. As you can see, this is the one that you know. And then we have the tier 2 alchemy bench. And this will just have a small cost reduction when you do unlock it. And you can unlock them at level 30, the second one, a tier 2. And then we have the tier 3. We have got two variants. One of these is slightly bigger, and then the second one, as you will see, is far bigger. They do look really good. And here again, you get a choice between crafting speed or cost reduction. So of course, you'll see that with the tier 3 stuff, you will get a choice between what you want. So probably will want to choose one of them or have both of them depending on what you want. You know, sometimes you can leave stuff to craft overnight. Next up, we have the armorer's bench or workstation, and so this is the tier 1 that you have over here. We do have the tier 2 with the tier 2. You should know what we get there, and then we have a tier 3. Again, we get two of those. So with the armorer bench tier 2, you can unlock that at level 30, and you get a small craft time bonus and a small cost reduction. And when you unlock the tier 3, this is the first one that you can see right here, which looks pretty cool. It is pretty big, and this is the other tier 3. You'll get to choose between the cost reduction or craft speed. Depends on what you want. So with the cost reduction, it will of course reduce the cost of crafting stuff, but at the same time take a lot longer. Here we have the blacksmith benches, so you know the first two of them, and then you can see that the other ones will get a lot larger. With the blacksmith, of course, you get a small reduction in crafting speed and time on tier 2, and then again you get to choose between of course the craft speed or cost reduction with tier 3. This one looks really cool. I do like what they've done here. I actually like both of the tier 3 stations, to be fairly honest. I think, to be fairly honest, I like all of the new designs for the tier 3 crafting stations. They do look pretty nice. They are huge. Here we have the carpentry bench. So similar thing over here. This is the tier 1. We've got the tier 2 for the carpenter's bench. Small bonus on crafting time and cost reduction on the tier 2. And then of course we have the tier 3, which is a lot larger. This is the first one. And again, you get to choose between crafting speed or cost reduction. So this is number 1 of tier 3, and then this is the second one. Just look how big this is. It takes approximately 3 foundations. So of course you're going to have to sacrifice space in your bases. It's I like what they've done here. Now of course this is designed to make some changes and give the stations a bit more value without the thralls. I'll talk about it later. Here we have the tannery. So this is the tier 1 tannery right here, which we use no bonus here. And with the tannery tier 2, we only get a fuel time bonus. And then of course we'll have the tier 3 tanneries. There's 2 of these, and we've got this one right here. So we've got basically from this thing right here all the way to where the tier 2 tannery starts. So it's fairly big, not as big as the other stations, but it does look pretty cool. And this is the second variant for the tier 3 tannery. Again, you get to choose between fuel burn and crafting speed. It's up to you. You can have both of them. They are fairly large. Now, with this patch that will hit the servers at some point, we have several new stations here. We have the vanity mirror. This is where you can customize your character. You have some new options, some new face options and hairstyles and stuff like that, and beards. And this one over here is the casting table. So now you will use your dyes and stuff like that, and your molds to cast jars and stuff like that. So these are your molds. This is where you'll do it from now on. And over here you can actually customize your character. You can unlock the vanity mirror at level 45 and the casting table at level 10. I'll show you these in a different section of this video, but as you can see, you can redesign your character. That is pretty cool. I'm glad that has made it into the game. It's something that is slightly overdue in my opinion. Should have been in the game a lot longer. Here we have the Tinker's Bench. So this is where you will do all of your armor and weapon mods and stuff like that. So all grouped together in one place. And then we have, the Tinker's Bench will be unlocked at level 26. I'll show you that later. And then we also have the Dyer's Bench right here. This again looks pretty cool. And so this is where you will now be able to make all of your dyes, all of your war paints and stuff like that. As you can see, there are also a ton of new colors to choose from. They are pretty cool, pretty vibrant. They do look really nice on armors. I'm not going to show that in this video because I want to focus more on the stations and how they work and stuff like that, what you unlock them at. So these are what you've got now. Finally, the last one, I don't know if I said it, but the Dyer's Bench you will unlock at level 19. And the last one is, of course, the tanning table. Now, this is where you'll do all your pelts and stuff like that, so you can do the twine and things like that. And the tanner's workbench or table will be unlocked at level 10. So I'll just kind of show you what you have in this specific section. We're going to have a look at the names. I'm going to specify all the levels that you can unlock these, then I'll show you where to find them in your skills and stuff. So, you know the names of the old ones. We're going to go right from the beginning. We're going to see what they're called, what they do, what they, what level you unlock them. Now, I have had a list written up for the purposes of this, so I can remember them. Then I'll show you where to find them. Now, seeing as we just did the tannery, you can unlock the tier 1 at level 10, tier 2 at level 30, and tier 3 tanneries at level 56. We are now on the Carpenter's Bench. We're just past it. And the Carpenter's Bench, you can unlock the first one, tier 1 at level 10, tier 2 at level 30, and tier 3 at level 57. With the blacksmithing stations, you can unlock the tier 1 at level 10, tier 2 at level 30, and tier 3 at level 55. Here we have the Armorer's Bench. The tier 1 will be unlocked at level 10, tier 2 at level 30, and tier 3 at level 56 is what I meant to say. Jesus Christ. Here we have the Alchemist Bench. As you can see right there, the tier 1 will be unlocked at level 15, tier 2 will be unlocked at level 30, I think, or something like that. I kind of forgot this one. And tier 3 at level 58. So this is what you can expect to have in terms of levels. And the Fireball Cauldron, tier 1 will be unlocked at level 15, tier 2 will be unlocked at level 30, and then tier 3 at level 58. With the Forge, you can unlock that at level 10 for tier 1, and tier 2 level 30, tier 3 at level 55. Now, one thing that you need to know about the Fireball Cauldron, it is basically now just a station to craft the materials that you will then use in the alchemy bench. So as I said, the furnace over here, tier 1 will be at level 10, and the tier 2 at level 30 with tier 3 at level 55. And you will unlock both of them in one go. So that is basically for all of the tier 3 stuff. Once you get to that, you unlock both of them, and you get to choose which ones you put down. Now, I'm going to show you where to find these in your feat. As you can see, there's quite a lot of new stations coming in. Now, of course, this means that there are some changes to thralls. I will cover that once I've shown you where you can find all of these things. We're going to start off with the let's see, where am I going to go? I'm going to go with trying to do this organized. So we're going to do the armorer's bench. So armor right here, as you can see, you can unlock this at level 10, and then you scroll down, you get the tier 2 at level 34, the armorer's bench. And then tier 3, of course, is right here at the bottom, and you get both of them at level 56. So this is a choice between speed or resources, depending on what you want. I haven't had a look at them, haven't tested them yet. There's no point in doing this because things might change here on the test live. So we'll go further down here. We have the armorer stuff. So you can unlock the Tinker's bench at level 26, as you can see right here. And we look through them, there's not much more. With the painting stuff, we have, where is it, further down, it's not here, so I'm getting these mixed up. So if you unlock the fine crafts, you can then do the casting table at level 19. So this is where you'll find all of your molds, and you can do all of your jewelry here as well. Further down, there's nothing more to see. We're going to go into other stations as well. I'm going to show you the levels. We're going to go into the weapons. Now, one thing to know with the weapons is that the handles have all been moved into a single handle. So that right there, you don't have 1001 handles to go through and choose and put on your weapons. Over here we have the apprentice weaponsmith, and again that unlocks the tinker's bench, just so you know. So when you do unlock that, so again, level 26 on that one. Now we're going to go into, so we've done the armor. I'm going to start using the search here just to find things a lot quicker. And I think I'm going to go for the blacksmith first. You unlock this at level 10. It also unlocks the casting table, and it also unlocks the blacksmith bench as well as the furnace. So when you unlock the furnace, you get the blacksmith bench and casting table right here. So this is why I said you do it at level 10. Okay, now you do have the tier 2 over here, which unlocks tier 2 improved furnace and tier 2 improved blacksmith bench. But when you go to tier 3, it only does the furnaces. So something different here on tier 3, and this is what I wanted to show out. So we've done the furnace. Now we're going to go on to the next one, which will be the blacksmith. So I can show you the tier 3. Tier 3 is right here. You unlock this at level 55, and you get the option of choosing what blacksmith bench you want to craft, or you can craft both of them if you want, depending on what your needs are, if you have enough space in your base, stuff like that. Next up, we're going to find the... Oh, hold on a bit. I typed it wrong there. My bad. So let's get this right. We're going to go for the... I'm having a look at the list right now. So we're going to go at the armorer's bench right here. We've got the improved armorer's bench. Unlocks at level 30. And then the Grandmaster armor, which unlocks at level 56, and you get to choose between which armor bench you want to set down, or you can set both of them. I'd probably use both of them. They both have their perks, but you do need a great amount of space in your base. They are quite large, and they look nice, honestly. Next up, we have the blacksmith. So we've shown that one right there. I'm going off a list right now that I've got in front of me, so I might end up repeating myself. We've got the carpenter's bench right here, which unlocks at level 10, the first tier, as you see there. And then second one at level 30. And then the tier 3 at level 57. Okay, let's go on to the next one, and we're going to do, let me have a look at my list, see what I've done. We're going to do the alchemy, so we're going to do the fireball cauldron, which unlocks at level 15. It also unlocks the alchemist bench and the casting table, as you can see in the section right here. and it teaches you the water orb, glass flask, and a lot of other things. But there are quite a few things at this level that will be unlocked. We'll slowly go further down, and here we just do the potions on the second tier of potion maker, and it of course also unlocks the improved alchemy bench right there. So that is for tier 2 cauldron, fireball cauldron, yeah, that's it. And then tier 3 we have the fireball cauldrons, the improved ones, and then we also have a choice of the alchemy benches. So they're kind of linked into each other. Basically, you have to unlock the fireball cauldrons to unlock or to get access to the alchemist bench. You don't have to learn those separately, which is pretty neat. I like that. I think that this should have been done separately. We do have the options of getting more of the point through the fragments of power, but it is what it is. Next up, we're going to look at what have I got here on my list? Let's just see. We're going to do the tannery. So once again, this will teach us all of these new skills, plus the tanner's table, which I showed you right there. And you unlock this at level 10, and it shows us how to do all of the fibers and all of the different hides. Then we have the improved tannery, which you unlock at level 30, and the Grandmaster Tanner, which you unlock at level 56. And over here, we are going to do the dye. And over here, we'll have the Dyers bench. Now, of course, to unlock the dyes, you have to be level 25. Although, technically, you can unlock the Dyers bench quite a bit earlier, which kind of doesn't make sense. So there's a bit of contradiction there. And finally, we have the vanity mirror, and you can unlock this at level 45, and that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, there's some contradictions there. You can unlock the Dyer's table quite a bit early, but you can't do the dyes, which makes no sense. It does show up in multiple areas. Now, things that are going to change with the thralls. So the benches, of course, will be more important. The workstations will be more important. So smelters, tanners, cooks, alchemists, all will have a small bonus in speed, but no more will they provide cost reduction and burn time benefits. That is one change coming. However, with the crafting thralls, they will provide bonus stats to armor. So as you can see right here, so this would be the armor, the weaponsmith. They will have bonus stats, and they do have a little icon to indicate what the bonus. Of course, these are the tier 4 named crafters. These bonuses will include things such as armor penetration and increased durability on your items. Also, there are some more other things that I want to point out. There are changes that will be coming to the fishing traps. I'll show that in a separate video. And as I mentioned it, and I'll say it again, the Fireball Cauldron now is a preparation station for base materials that you will then use in the alchemy bench. The armor padding now has been streamlined and has gone from 30 pieces or 30 different variants of armor padding to just 6, and the weapon handles have been streamlined to just one single weapon handle. The other things that you guys need to know is that as I mentioned, the armor smith and weaponsmith provide specialties. There'll be stuff like increase in damage, increase in armor penetration, durability. So they don't really or will not craft the flawless and exceptional sets. They are doing away with that, and instead you get different specialties and stuff like that from the tier 4 named thralls. So of course that means that the crafting stations will be more important, but also that the thralls will give you benefits to whatever you craft in terms of armors and weapons. Personally, I liked the flawless and exceptional things, but I see why they're doing it, because of course certain thralls were very difficult to come across. I personally liked that. It made that thrall more valuable. I feel like the value from the thralls are slightly decreasing, but that is my personal opinion. This change is still a good change to the game. It just makes it more accessible for players to get better benefits on their pieces when they're crafting them at the stations. And that's simply because all you have to do is find the appropriate tier 4 crafting thrall that has whatever you want in terms of benefits, so armor pen, increased durability and so on, and then just put it in your station instead of just finding a specific thrall